everybody, and welcome to Forever Cricket on Press Sports. And the IPL is well and truly back. A brilliant opening encounter between the Mumbai Indians and the Royal Challengers Bangalore, with RCB claiming a first win by 2 wickets thanks to a masterclass by, first of all, Harshal Patel with the ball, and then AB de Villiers with the bat. A game that literally came down to the last few balls. It was a fantastic watch. And if that's what we're going to have in our opening game for the IPL, then I think we are in for what's going to be an absolutely amazing tournament, which we always usually are. You know, there's always drama, there's always brilliant performances, there's always some very interesting sort of individuals who kind of put their hands up. You don't really necessarily expect to see. And from a South African perspective, you know, it was really good to see somebody like Marco Jansen getting a chance. I mean, I think quite a few people a couple of raised eyebrows really when he won the contract and then got given a go last night and did a really good job. So. Before we look into the game itself and some of the big performances, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. We're doing lots of IPL content over the next couple of months as we cover the biggest tournament in the world. And what's going to be really interesting is the fact that it is in the same sort of conditions that we are going to see the T20 World Cup. So a big opportunity for these players to adapt to these conditions. Yes, it's a different time of the year, but to be able to adapt to these conditions, understand some of the stadiums, understand the surfaces, understand how to play spin plans, and trying to be adaptable. And I think what was, for me, the big standout with RCB was how they kind of adapted to things and did a couple of things that people wouldn't have expected. For example, AB de Villiers coming in at 5 was a very strange decision, but it proved to be the right one at the end. And it was quite interesting to see why Virat Kohli sort of spoke about, because he went straight to top of the order. And there's sort of a growing narrative that you have to have your best players facing the most amount of balls. Whereas I think, you go back 5-6 years, and even in T20 cricket, you still had your best players at 3 and 4. Whereas now there's a much bigger trend to say, well, you know what, at the end of the day, because you have to go from ball 1, when we are seeing scores of over 200 quite consistently, people are now saying that your best players have to be seen that, you've got 120 balls, you want to get them out there early. You don't want your openers taking up 6-7 overs and then your best players, having a limited amount of time. So that's why we're seeing Virat Kohli go right to the top of the order. A lot of talk about if AB de Villiers were to come to South Africa, he should open the batting. Something like Faf du Plessis as well. Should he be opening the batting when he plays for South Africa? Because you see how destructive Quinton de Kock can be. So it's quite an interesting sort of argument between both sides, as to whether you should be opening with your best batsman or not. But if we look at the match, so Mumbai Indians batted first. Obviously, no Quinton de Kock. That was quite a big absentee for them. One of the best batsmen, T20 batsmen, one of the most attractive batsmen in the world. They did, however, have Chris Lynn and Rohit Sharma at the top of the order, so plenty of power hitting there. Sharma had a decent sort of start to a 19 or 15, so it was quite a nice start, but then getting run out, which probably be quite frustrating as the captain, as the leader, somebody who wants to try and sort of take this side to another title. Would have wanted to do more. Chris Lynn was looking really good. We know we can clear the boundary. 4 fours, 3 sixes, 49 of 35, a strike rate of 140. You cannot ask for anything more. When you think you're going to add Quinton de Kock to the mix, it is a really powerful top order there. Yadav made 31 of 23, a strike rate of 134. Ishant Kishan, I thought, was very good, 28 off 19. A very nice short cameo, strike rate of 147. And if you can keep sort of these cameos going, I think the biggest problem for Mumbai is that nobody really batted deep enough. Strike rates were decent, but you needed someone to try and sort of bat quite deep. And I think that too many players, sort of getting to the 20 mark and just sort of adding that. There's no real big player that really went big, apart from Chris Lynn. Which is why I think 159, look, it was a slow surface. It was quite a difficult surface to bat on. So 159 was quite a competitive score. Probably needed about 10 to 15 really to take the game away from RCB. But there were contributions. Hardik Pandya 13, Karen Pollard 7 of 9. It's quite uncharacteristic for somebody like him. But yeah, the Pandyas didn't really contribute. Marco Jansen with a duck. Rahul Chahar with a duck as well. So they posted 159 for 9 in the 20 overs. Trent Bolt didn't get to bat. It was a crowd run rate of 7.95. So it was not too... look, as I said, it was a slow service, which I think made quite a big difference. So RCB opened up with Washington Sundar, who we've seen so much in the last sort of couple of months, really sort of cements the spot in the Indian side and doesn't seem to be able to do anything wrong. However, he struggled. 10 of 16... a strike rate of 62.5 is not really what you want at the top of the order. Virat Kohli also went reasonably quickly, but also sort of struggled to get that strike rate up. He was eventually dismissed LBW by Bumrah for 33 of 29, a strike rate of 113. And then Rajat Patel came in at 3, 8 of 8. Glenn Maxwell then coming in at 4, made 39-28, strike at 139, accelerated a bit, but it was then the brilliance of AB de Villiers, who scored 48 of 27, a strike rate of 177 before being run out in the last over. It was that innings that took RCB right to the end. It was, I think, under a lot of pressure. And then we know how good AB de Villiers is. Hitting 4 4s, 2 6s, and just running really hard. Such a good athlete, batted really well with the tail because there was no other contributions after him. I've made 1 of 2. Dan Christian 1 of 3. Kyle Jamieson 4 4. Harshal Patel hit the running runs 4-3, but nothing much apart from that knock by AB de Villiers. So Glenn Maxwell, Curly, and de Villiers all getting sort of those 30 plus scores, which is kind of the benchmark for T20s. And they finished on 160 of 8 in literally sort of the last ball. So batting wise, de Villiers and Christian are the standouts. Bowling wise, you look at that RCB bowling lineup, and who would have thought that Harshal Patel would have gone on to take a fifer, 5 wickets, 12 dot balls, an economy of 6.75, just 27 runs conceded in his 4 overs. A brilliant performance by him. It was very apt that he himself hit the winning runs there. Ahmed was quite expensive, an economy of 4 for me. User Chahal, who's usually such a good strike bowler, no wickets for him, an economy of 10.25. Kind of got a hold. They've got a hold of him there. Kyle Jamieson, an economy of 6.75. Dan Christian struggled as well, only bowled the 2 overs when going for 10. Somebody who likes to be quite economic and somebody who can be quite accurate. He struggled a bit. There, Mohammad Siraj bowled his 4 overs for 22, an economy of 5.5. So nice, very good effort from him. And then for Mumbai Indians, Trent Boult was uncharacteristically quite expensive. 4 overs, 1 for 36, an economy of 9. Jasper Boomer was very, very tidy. An economy of just 6.5, 2 wickets in his 4 overs, 26 runs conceded. Marco Jansen, the South African, with 2 wickets, an economy of 7, 9 dot balls there. And it was really good to see somebody, he's 20 years old, no sort of international experience, getting picked up by Mumbai and being backed, to sort of play and do a job. And I don't think he did himself any harm, really. Somebody who's so new to the game and so new to this level of cricket. I was very impressed with him. And then Kunal Pandya, 1 for 25, an economy of 6.25. And Rahul Chahar also, they got a hold of him, 4 overs, none for 43, an economy of 10.75. So, look, a perfect night for RCB. Won the toss, put Mumbai into bat, kept them down to 159, went on and chased down the total. As usual, I think there is always this it's always a worry with RCB about the bowlers. Are they good enough? Do they have enough in their arsenal bowling wise? Because we know they've got the batting. That's not even a question. We know when you've got Virat Kohli, and you've got Glenn Maxwell, and you've got AB de Villiers, there's so much, and I've got Washington Sundar as well. There's so much batting there. The question comes with, can their bowling, step up? And that's always been the case with them. And it probably will be the case again. But, it will. The bottom line is it was a very good start to the game and very good start to the tournament. And I think that we're going to see, it'll be interesting to see how he sort of, some sort of play, something like Harshal Patel, to get fifer in the first game. What sort of influence can he have? Can he be that sort of shining light that RCB need? And this is what the best part about the IPL is, that you get a lot of players you don't expect to do while suddenly popping up, grabbing headlines and getting the job done. So that's what we have to look forward to in the tournament. Do smash like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel as well. We will be in lots of reviews, lots of sort of Dream 11 stuff, looking at the best players across the tournament. So much cricket ahead of us, and we can't wait to cover it for you. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen, and I'll chat to you soon.